Hi folks, Ben here at Lancasters. Now this is a question we get asked quite a bit at the moment by people who are on the market, both landlords and vendors. This is advice that applies to both groups, who are currently on the market with another agent and just really phoning us up for a second opinion, some different advice. And the question we get asked a lot is, should I leave my property on the market throughout this sort of shutdown period? Now, rather controversially for an estate agent, the answer is actually, in my opinion, maybe not. Some of you yes, some of you no, and I'll talk you through my sort of point of view on that. Now, we all know you want to sell and rent your homes. That's why you're on the market right now, right? You're motivated, you want to do it. But what you don't want to do is allow your property to sit on the shelf, gathering dust. We all know that the best results come when the listing is fresh. So you could be doing yourself some harm just by leaving it there. And just because other people are leaving it there doesn't make it okay, because some really aren't. Some are thinking about this, and you kind of need to too, all right? So for a moment, stop seeing it from your point of view. We know you want to sell it. Stop seeing it from your agent's point of view. We know that they want to just keep hold of the listings to keep their register up. But let's for a moment see it from your buyer or your tenant's point of view, okay? So what do we know about them? They are currently sat at home with a lot of time on their hands to continue their property search online, okay? So everything online right now is king. There is pretty much nothing else in their world that exists other than online information, all right? They can't walk into an office and ask us questions. They can't stare at a shop window. They just can't do those sort of other things, have a chat to a local expert. They can't do all those kind of things easily. Almost everything they are gathering as a resource is online, all right? They're different, okay? So they're just like you and me, they're people, and their mindset is now different to what it was a month ago. They are understanding of the fact that they can't go out and view properties, okay? They get it. They're more accepting of that right now. So they are more tuned in and accepting of the sort of virtual world and the internet space that they're looking in. But they're also cautious, understandably, about committing to something financially without having as much information as possible. All right, so they're the sort of three things that I think we know about them. They're sat at home searching online, they're accepting of the fact that they can't physically go around to places, and they need as much information to be able to make a decision as possible. So flipping it back onto you now, what are you, via your agent, but what are you currently offering them to be able to overcome those three things? Okay, so I'll tell you what we do. So what we've done for all of our properties is we've produced one of two things, or sometimes both. 360-degree virtual tours. Now, they are really cool bits of tech. We've got a little 360-degree camera, high resolution, sort of 4K resolution. It does a full video tour of virtual tour of your property, and somebody can sit at home and walk around your house, seeing absolutely everything from the floor to the ceiling, every nook and cranny, just like Google Street View, but actually our resolution's even higher, in real detail. Okay, now they are an absolute winner. We've had that technology for about 2 years now, because we deal with a lot of buyers who are coming from the mainland or overseas who need that sort of thing. But right now this is coming to its own, even for people who are just in the next street over, because they can't get out. So those things are absolute gold. I will include an example link to one of those in the link below, so you can have a look at what one of those looks like. In my opinion, right now, they are almost better than a physical viewing, because let's face it, a physical viewing, you walk around a house for 20 minutes, half an hour most. You might come back and have a second viewing if you can, and then you're trying to make a decision sat at home based on what you can remember. With those, your husband and wife, family can look around that, every nook and cranny, as much as you like, for hours and hours, all night if you like, in immense detail. So they are, in the current circumstances, they're almost better than going round to a place right now. Alternatively, we also do video tours. So depending on the property, which one's suitable, video tour is usually a consultant like me wandering around a property with some high-res video equipment, walking around, giving you a narrated tour of the property. Now, it is not just a chosen angle. We go into all angles of the room. giving you a real sense of feeling of space and size, and talking you through all the stuff that we would talk you through on a viewing as well. Okay, they're all available on our YouTube channel. You can see any of those anytime you like. So they are the two things that we're doing, that we started doing a couple of weeks ago, and that we are getting some really good results from. Now, if you're not offering your buyer or tenant something like that, you shouldn't be on the market, in my opinion. If all you're doing is sticking a couple of, sticking a dozen two-dimensional pictures online, which are, let's face it, a chosen angle to present to somebody, that's not going to do it. That's not going to make me spend money. In a normal situation, it might make me pick up a phone and book a viewing, but we can't do that right now, and we don't know when we'll be able to do that. So at the moment, they're not even picking up the phone, just for that. So it doesn't matter what you've got, a dozen, 2 dozen, 1,000 two-dimensional photos, they know that that's an angle that the photographer has chosen to best display the room. It might not be 100% honest view of every corner of the room. The bits we don't want them to see are all edited out. Likewise, a few, this is something I've never really understood, a few agents have now started to take those series of two-dimensional photographs, put them together in a slideshow and call that a video. It's not a video, that's a flip book of photos. I can get the ordinary photos on my phone and just slide through them fast, zoom in, zoom out. That's still a chosen view which doesn't inspire confidence. So if you're running off two-dimensional photos, best advice up here, just take it off the market. You're gathering dust on the market, take it off. Your buyers and your tenants aren't going to have the confidence to actually put money down or actually progress. With tenants that's holding deposits down, with buyers that's spending money on lawyers and surveyors and stuff to be able to progress the sale. They're not going to put skin in the game based on that. Okay, so if that's where you are and that's where you want to stay, you have no interest of changing to an agent like us who does this kind of thing. I mean, this isn't a sales pitch, this is just information. So yes, we're here to help you if you want to do this. If you don't and you want to stay with where you are and this, take it off. All right. Now, for those of you wondering, does it work? Okay, we're still relatively early days. We are only just over a week 10 days into sort of full shutdown, full sort of lockdown. We've been working at home now for 2 weeks. I'm going to be really honest with you. I don't have any actually achieved sales based on this, but we've got some really good constructive conversations happening, and I think they'll turn into actual sales in the coming couple of days. But bear in mind, we are only 10 days into this. But we've got some great results from rentals, which kind of gives us an insight as to how the sales market is likely to go. So I'm shooting this today. It's the morning of the 2nd of April, Thursday, 2nd of April, and these are looking across rental market in the last 7 days. So 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st of March, 1st, 2nd of April. Okay. Now, what I did this morning is I went on to Rightmove. I think we all accept that most decent agents are on Rightmove. We are also on all the others as well, but I use that as a source. There were 24 properties, 24, 27, 20, anyway, let's go with the 24 properties listed on Rightmove in that period of time. So they are new listings, new properties that have been launched by agents during our shutdown period, during that period of time. Okay, so their agents have decided to put your properties on the market in that period of time. Okay, now of those ones that were put on there and made available, obviously some of them have subsequently gone, been let over that period of time, over the week, which you'd expect with rentals. But 100% of all the ones that have been let in that period of time, that have been put on the market in that period of time, 100% of those with us. Go check it for yourself. It's there on Rightmove. It's public data. I just gleaned it from there. Of all the listings put online in that period of time, the only ones that have actually let are ours. Now, I'd like to think we're amazing, but I've not actually met these people face to face. I've done video calls with them and had all that chat. But what we've done is those other things I was talking to you about, video tours, 360 tours, giving them the confidence to actually act. As I say, this is rentals data, and it's starting to come to fruition with sales. I think if I was having this conversation with you again, it's now Thursday, if I was having this conversation with you again on Monday, I think we could safely say there'll be 1 or 2 sales in the drawer based on that too. So it's very, very relevant to both markets. So wondering who's moving at the moment, there's a lot of key workers moving right now who can still physically move, particularly relevant to the rentals market because they'll need to move like now. And with the sales market, it's people who know full well the sales process is going to take 8 to 10 weeks. They're probably going to be out the other side of this by then, or at least be able to see the end of the tunnel. So they are making their actions now, knowing they wouldn't have to physically move. There's no increased risk. They won't have to physically move until after. So there you go. That's what we are doing. If you are wondering whether you should stay on the market currently with your sales or with your lettings listing, depends on that really, in my opinion. All right, still very happy to have the conversations one-on-one. There's a lot of you been phoning in, clients with other agents who've been phoning in for advice. Always super happy to be able to help with that. Office number still comes through to my dining room table over there, which is 01983 209020, and my personal mobile number, should you ever need it, is 07821 938 958. I only have one phone, it's my personal one as well, so by all means ask me any questions you like. But that's your take home from this one, folks. All right, thank you, cheers, bye bye.